Short-term rentals are taking over the world of real estate investing. There are 7.9 million active listings, and the number is expected to grow rapidly. In fact, Airbnb CEO Brian Chesky recently made a statement saying Airbnb will need 1 million more hosts to join the platform to deal with all of the demand that Airbnb is facing. But the big question is, how much money can someone actually make by hosting on Airbnb? Today, we're going to expose how much money we made on Airbnb last month.
There are several factors that go into how much profit you'll make from your property. On the income side, you have your occupancy and your average daily rate. On the expense side, you have your PITI. How do you say it?
PITI.
Pretty young thing. No, I'm joking. I didn't know how to say it, but it's called PITI, and that means, for those of you that also didn't know, it's principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. Also, repairs and maintenance costs, utilities, and capital expenses. So we chose two of our properties, one in Joshua Tree, California, and one in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. And we're gonna break down not only how much revenue we made, but how much actual profit was left over as well.
Because that's the most important part, is how much money you have left at the end of the day.
That's all I care about. So let's get started. So let's get into this income report. We'll be reporting on our numbers for March 2021.
And as a side note, we're planning to do these income reports on a more regular basis. Maybe every few months, maybe more frequently if you guys like it, but if you guys are enjoying it, leave a comment, let us know, and we'll do these maybe on a monthly basis. Yeah. Our current goal with our business is to get to $1 million per year in gross revenue. We're not quite there yet, but we're on a path to get there hopefully within the next year.
So we're gonna start on our funky cactus house in Joshua Tree, California. So before we share the income, we want to highlight how much money we spent to acquire this property. We purchased this house for $300,000. The total cash to close was $42,000, and we spent another $11,000 setting up the property. The setup costs include things like furniture, design pieces, upfront repairs, and things like linen, sheets, and other household items. So our total investment into this property was $53,000.
So let's dive into the numbers. We'll start with our income. First up is occupancy. Our total occupancy for the month was 100%, which means we were booked all 31 nights of the month.
Which is still so crazy. We were so excited when we saw the calendar, right?
Yeah.
So cool.
Now, March is one of the busiest months in Joshua Tree, so most decent listings honestly were pretty much booked. Next up is our average daily rate, and we averaged $204.19 each night. Now, we also include cleaning fees as income, and let me break down why. Even though it's an expense that we pay to our cleaners, it's also income that we receive from each guest that books. And we actually charge guests a slightly higher price for cleaning fees than what we pay our cleaners, and this helps us cover some of the costs associated with operating the property. So when you add in the cleaning fees, you subtract out Airbnb's 3% host fee, we had total deposits of $7,994 for the month. Now, we obviously didn't get to keep all of that money because there are numerous expenses associated with operating the property, but before we keep moving, we'd really appreciate it if you guys could give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell for notifications. We're still a fairly new channel, and every new subscriber really does mean a lot to us. So if you're enjoying the content, please do subscribe.
We hope our videos are getting better. We got new audio, look at our cute little mics. I feel like Britney Spears, new lighting. So I hope you guys noticed that too and are, like you said, enjoying the content.
And our mics are actually on. We've recorded, I think, 2 or 3 videos now where we forgot to turn the mics on.
Almost ended up divorcing each other off of this audio situation.
So the audio's better, the video's better. I hope you guys are enjoying it. And lastly, connect with us on Instagram. Yeah. I'm at Tony J. Robinson. She's at Sarah Rad. And now we can break down the expenses for the Funky Cactus House.
Okay, now let's break down the expenses for my favorite house, the Funky Cactus House. So we'll go category by category. First up is our insurance cost. We spent $84 each month on insurance for this property. That's a fixed cost that doesn't change month over month. Next is utilities. So this is a cost that varies every month. So for this month, we spent $36 on gas, $95 on electricity, $40 for internet, and $55 for water, giving us a total utilities expense of $226. The next category is repairs and maintenance. So we spent $300 on cleaning fees for this month, And this is really low for us. We actually had to switch cleaners during the month of March, and our new cleaner didn't bill us until April. So typically we would spend around $1,200 per month to clean up the property. So that was just like abnormally low. And we spent another $58 on labor, paying our handyman to do various things around the house, like fill up the propane tanks for our fire pits. And we also spent $358 for household items like paper towels, replacement linens, and so on. This number is higher than we typically spend also, so keep that in mind. But that brings our total repairs and maintenance costs to $742. The next category is taxes, and we spent $318 on property taxes. Again, this is a fixed cost every month, and our mortgage payment was $1,248. Last, we spent $18 on a new silverware set, and we categorize that expense as capital. So when you add up all of those expenses, you get a total of $2,636. So to get our actual profit, you'll take our gross revenue of $7,944, subtract our total expenses of $2,636, and you get a net profit of $5,358. Woo, woo, woo. Like, it still blows my mind. That's more than what I would make at my regular W-2 job. So to me, I'm super happy with that number and in love with the funky cactus house.
So that's our first property. Now, next up is our Sweet Honey House in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Let's quickly talk through how much money we spent to acquire this property. We purchased this house for $590,000. The total cash to close was $59,000, and we spent about another $7,000 setting this property up. So our total investment into this property was $66,000.
So let's dive into the numbers, and we'll start with our income. First is occupancy.
Our total occupancy for the month was 93%, which means we were booked 29 out of 31 days for that month.
Also amazing, right? We're so excited about that one too.
Now, March is also a busy time of year for the Smoky Mountains as well. But, you know, we still think we did a pretty good job.
Yeah, high five, man.
So next are average daily rates, and we averaged $382.16. Now, after adding in Airbnb's cleaning fees and subtracting the 3% host fee, we have total deposits of $14,090 for the month of March.
Why'd you say it's so calm? That's a big deal. $14,000. Like, what? The Funky Cactus House made like over $5,000. So this to almost triple? Like, that's wild. He's always this calm, like about anything in life, so it's not him being cocky. This is just, sometimes I want to murder him when he's this calm, so.
And she's always this excited.
True.
Now let's break down the expenses for the property. First up is our insurance cost. We spend $151 each month on insurance for this property. Next up is utilities. We spend $37 on gas. We actually spent $0 on electricity this month. There was kind of a mistake with the electric company. They didn't bill us in March. They double billed us in April. So we usually have an electric bill somewhere around $300 to $400 per month. We spent $291 for internet and cable and $152 for water, giving us a total utilities expense of $480. For repairs and maintenance, we spent $1,250 on cleaning fees. We spent another $120 in plumbing repairs and $266 in general labor for our handyman, just kind of fixing things around the property. All of that brings our total repairs and maintenance costs to $1,636. Next is property taxes, and those are $133 per month. And our mortgage payment for this property is $2,601 each month as well. Last, we replaced a few household items and spent a total of $176. We usually categorize these as capital expenses because it's not like consumables like towels or soap or linen and things like that. So when you add up all of those expenses, you get $5,176 for the month. Now to get our actual profit, you'll take our gross revenue of $14,090, subtract out our total expenses of $5,176, and you get a net profit of $8,914 for this one property. So there you guys have it. We hope you all understand that we didn't make this video to brag or be boastful, but mostly to show you all what's possible when you invest in a short-term rental and you run it the right way.
Totally. You know, me and Tony spend a lot of time on Airbnb just kind of scoping out other listings, you know, just for inspiration, competition purposes, right? And we're pretty mind blown with some of the listings. Like, Some of them, I tell them, literally look like they could be my brother's room. It's just like wild what some people think are acceptable to rent out, right?
Yeah, no disrespect to her brother. We love you.
Yeah, you know, but my point is, if you really put in the effort, like I think we've done, you know, you don't need a crazy amount of money. You don't need to redo all the furniture. Like, we didn't do that, you know? So I think if you do it the right way and you're passionate about it and you want to make it look nice, then you're on the right path. If you have a short-term rental of your own, we'd love for you to leave a comment and share how much you're making. More transparency in the short-term rental space is better, and we hope there's other people that are willing to share their numbers too.
Now, if you guys enjoyed this, please be sure to watch the other videos we made where we actually gave tours of the 2 properties we just featured in today's income report.
I think that was actually our first video, right?
Yeah, our first one.
Yeah, so I think that video was really cool. It was our first one, so show that one some love.
All right, guys, that's it for today.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Tony.
And we are
The
the
Real
Real
Estate
Estate Robinsons. Peace.